Okay, let's talk about the VAR, Video Assistant Referee. Now, lots of sports have video referees now, and football, I'll call it soccer or football, has only recently started using it. Started using it at the goal line tech at the World Cup a year and a half ago, and now VAR is going to be used more often in English league games. Note though, it's only the Premier League that gets it 100%. All the clubs can get it, and some Championship clubs. So the further down the league structure you go, the less likely you are to have it, because one of the things is the clubs and their stadiums have to pay. The FA doesn't pay the whole thing, which is a problem, because the two FA Cup replays that involve Premier League versus lower league opposition, so Leicester against Fleetwood, West Ham against Shrewsbury, in the first games there was no VAR because they're at the lower league ground, but the replays have it at the Premier League ground. So any controversial decision that may have happened in the drawn games wouldn't have got looked at by the VAR. Whereas if it happens now in the replay, it does. So there's that problem. Also, there was a controversial incident in the Watford-Southampton game where the equalising goal for Watford was clearly a handball and was given. So if the VAR is meant to be there to basically watch all the footage and then to the referee, there is an incident, let's double look at it, yeah, you have to give that. If it does work so well, why has that been let in? So there's some controversy with the VAR for several reasons. One, only the rich clubs get it, the big clubs, not the small clubs. Two, it is missed already some key. I look at every single Premier League press conference and I see a manager, or managers, because some managers complain about penalties, sendings off, offside goals, were they onside? The thing is, we get the VAR in multiple sports now. You have the TV ref in rugby league and rugby union. You have a review in NHL ice hockey and televised ice hockey at the highest level. So at the Olympics, for example. NFL, you will have the flag penalty system, but you can also review certain plays. So there is video. I mean, you've got, I think, you can appeal in cricket and use the appeal system if you feel that is in or out. And the umpires will go for a run out or a stumping if it appears to be very close. So there is already, as I call it, the TV ref in sport. But why is my problem with it is why it's taken so long for football to get on board with this. So why has it taken so long for football to embrace technology? It's my first concern, and that's a lot to do with FIFA and Blatter, Platini and co, who are now gone. But it took them a long time to embrace it. Other sports have embraced it and are using it better. And if this is almost a foolproof system, why has that Southampton-Watford decision been allowed to stand? Why has Rooney's offside goal yesterday as well? Was it or wasn't it? Now that's another question, because these offside players straying, not straying, that interpretation of the rule is also confusing, but the VAR could clear that up. So there's a few bits and pieces that we could do better with. I personally believe the FA has the money to kit out all the lower league clubs as well, and not force the lower league clubs who have very limited funds to have to pay for it. I think the FA and other governing bodies around the world should stump up the cash if they're wealthy enough. Not all the clubs can afford it, so there's a two-tier system there, and it could be a big game where it could be promotion dogfight in League 1, League 2 to get higher up the league structure, get more money, and a team misses out because of a controversial decision. So it shouldn't be up to the clubs to sump all the money. I think the FA's got to help with funding for the VAR. They can't just choose certain games to have it. I think it should be at every game if you're going to have it. Because every game has a controversial incident at some point. Pretty much there is some incident that could be adjudged 50-50 or either way that could, and it's there to help. So why was it not used yesterday in Watford-Southampton? These are my questions. It's still a new system for a lot of the referees to deal with, but if other sports can do it so well, why is football so lagging far behind? with the adoption of something that is quite simple. Why did it take them so long to get goal line technology? It's quite simple. Just have several cameras in the goal area. They have to go with some complicated system. It's crazy to me. Cameras don't lie. There needs to be clear clarification of where they can and can't use VAR. But there's all sorts of ramifications and how can they use it. They've got to use it properly. Obviously, they can't just refer every decision to it or anything like that. But I have my concerns and doubts that it's being used effectively, if at all. The feedback from managers is positive so far, but we haven't had it for that long. But they're cherry picking what games to use it in, and that's not acceptable. Not acceptable. You can't just cherry pick, oh, we'll have it in this game and not that one. It needs to be universally rolled out. Yes, you can pick the games you want to have as trial games, of course. But if not every league can get it, and when it comes to a cup tie, the lower league side doesn't have that advantage of having it at their ground, and there could be a replay, and then you go to the higher league side who can afford to have it, that's cherry picking, that's not acceptable. So the FA is quite a simple system, it doesn't cost that much money. The FA can afford to put it in all league grounds. I don't see that as fair. It seems as penalising the lower league clubs. There's also a big financial divide between top and bottom. The difference of one goal here or there could make or break a club's finances for a season and their league position, whether they stay in the Football League, whether they go up a league, whether they go down. VAR has to be used effectively. Anyway, that's my view on it. Other people will disagree. Some people say we shouldn't have it. Some people say we should have a slightly different system. The system is still in its early days, but I can already see problems with it if it's not being used effectively. I've mentioned in my rugby league videos and rugby union videos the use of video official and where it should and shouldn't be used, and how it's not been used always correctly, and how it should have been used in certain cases and wasn't, and it's overused in others, but it is there. Also, a good thing with having a video official, they can pick up foul play that the referee and linesman, or referees if it's rugby league, or miss. You can pick up foul play that is missed by other officials, and bring it to their attention. They then review it as well. They have a conversation. The rule book's brought out. They look at the incident, and it's ongoing. Well, play it, and they raise it to the referee's attention, and subsequent discipline can be enforced. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.